Hey, Tubies! It's Psychic Bob. Well, you know where it is. It's Sunday. And that means it's time for the witching hour. It's 8 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. And we're broadcasting live tonight all over the world. We're 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. And for those of you tuning in the UK, it's 1 a.m. London time, 2 a.m. Paris time. Welcome to the witching hour. Well, we got our old crew here. We're all happening. And I want everybody to each say hello. Lord Tony, start us off.
Hello, everybody. How are you? Everything's good over here. You're going to have a great time tonight, guys.
All right. Lady Angela, you here?
I'm here. Hi, everybody. We got an awesome show planned for tonight, and we're so glad you're here with us.
And we got Lady Carol, who's styling.
Greetings, everyone. I'm glad to be here, and I hope everyone has a great time.
Lady Carol, I got to tell you, you're looking like the fashionista tonight. Why don't you tell everybody about your beautiful outfit?
Well, actually, it is a Renaissance dress. It's actually an old Halloween costume that I fell in love with and I couldn't get rid of. So I use it now for ritual purposes.
It's wonderful. I think it's great.
I love it.
We're all into being stylish here. Lady Angela got on her special jewel. Tony, why don't y'all tell us about your jewelry? Everybody's got interesting stuff tonight. Lady Angela, what are you wearing?
Well, first, I'm wearing my triple moon shirt, and I'm also wearing a triple moon crown tonight.
I love that. I think you look stylish. And Lord Tony got a special jewel tonight, too, to show us.
I have just now received earlier in the week, I should say, not now, but my pentacle of the sword. I don't know what camera. Then I have my Horus pentacle. Why do I keep saying that? Pendant.
Love it.
Need it tonight. Right.
Well, you're looking good. All y'all looking good tonight. And I hope wherever all of you are tonight, you're having fun and looking good. You know, we always encourage, Lady Angela, you'll back me up on this. We always tell people, dress up for this show. It makes it more fun. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. We look forward to the show every week for you guys. We really look forward to it. We like to dress up and put on a good show for y'all to have some information, some helpful rituals that you can follow along with to raise up energy in your own home at whatever time you want to use it. And we just love it. It's a great show, and we really like to share it with you all.
That's right. And, you know, tonight we're doing some, oops, hold on, I got to move my camera back. Tonight we're going to do a ritual here in just a little while. We're going to call the quarters. You know, a lot of you have been asking me and writing me and saying, Psychic Bob, how do we raise power? Well, you know, in Wicca, we never have to work alone. And you guys jump in and share your thoughts too, please, because Wicca is about union, communion and union with all the world around us. And within our natural world, there exists myriads of forms of spirits of nature who want to help us. And we're going to explore that tonight.
I'm excited, Bob. You've really prepared a beautiful ritual for us tonight. We're going to do it kind of like in the other videos where we each have a certain line that we'll state. We're sorry we can't give you guys the words ahead of time, but you could always replay this video and follow along or just turn it up and do your ritual, and it'll help you to raise the energy and the elements in your home and in your sacred space too. So that's our idea and purpose for tonight's show.
Absolutely. So, you know, it's interesting. Last week, Lord Tony brought up a really wonderful point. And Lord Tony said, now that we have our fourth officer of the order, he said, we need to raise some power. And I said, Lord Tony, you had hit on it right. Lord Tony said, we got the 4 quarters covered. And I hadn't even thought of that, you know. See, Lord Tony's always watching now. He's keeping an eye on where the energy flows. You came up with this, didn't you, Lord Tony?
Sure, yeah, whatever you say.
And, you know, speaking of new officers, for those of you who weren't here last week, you're saying, who's this other person in the beautiful purple dress? This is Lady Carol Pettis. And Lady Carol, maybe you could just reintroduce yourself and your position here for the people that didn't see last week.
Sure. I am Carol Pettis, Lady Carol Pettis. I am the keeper of the sacred staff, and my purpose is to assist in joining everyone together and using the staff as a way of uniting us.
That's right.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
And Lady Carol last week showed, I don't know if she has it available tonight because she's been packing, but do you have your staff?
Yes, I do.
I want everybody to see this is just beautiful.
It's so pretty.
I don't know if you can see it completely, but I'll move it closer. On the top, she has a crystal.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Several spirals of vines, and she also has a few totems on her. She has a belt for Lord Tony's. She has a tree of life here for Lord Bob. And on the top of her is a small scrying stone, but it also has the symbol for the Order of Melchizedek.
Beautiful. Very
beautiful. Oh, that's lovely. Well, you see, guys, isn't that just amazing? You know, each of us in the order, the officers, we are guardians of the treasures of the order. And maybe next week we'll get more in depth of each of our, you know, elements that we guard, because I think that could be a whole show in itself. But Lady Carol is going to be guardian of the sacred staff. So whenever we gather, she'll bring her staff. Lord Tony is our guardian of the sacred sword. Lady Angela is the guardian of the sacred book, and I'm guardian of the sacred chalice. But I think we'll probably have to have a whole nother show all on just the treasures of the order. But know that when we have these treasures, everybody receives the blessing. We hold these in trust, and the energy and the rituals we do, we use these as tools to bless and consecrate everybody. So that's why we have the treasures of the order. You see? Lady Angela, how's our chat looking tonight?
Oh, it's looking great. We got quite a few regulars here as well as some new names. We've got Gav, we've got Timothy Gallagher, we got Mama Bird, we got Joey S, we got Katie McKenzie. I believe I saw Simba in there, and also some new names in there as well. We're always so excited to gather with you all and to raise this energy. Billy Atkinson is here. Odin Starr is here. We've got a lot of great names here. We've got about 60 people here at this very second.
I think this is great. I'm trying to open my chat so I can watch all of this.
We got Veronica here.
There we go. Yes, we do have a good turnout. Look at that. Timothy Gallagher's here. Mama Bird's here. That's great. I'm so glad you're here. The Shift. Hi, welcome, Shift. Maud Matilde H is here. Stacy Lamb. Oh,
the Ford people's here.
Jennifer Croxton's here. Oh my gosh, we have a great turnout. Madam Della, Master Psychic Witch is here. Hey. I think it's great. Oh, she loves your shirt, Lady Angela.
Thank you. This was actually a birthday present from Bob a couple years back. I absolutely love it. And, you know, I had lost it in my clean laundry, and I was folding and cleaning up earlier today, and I come across it, and I was like, yes, there it is. So, of course, I had to wear it. And then I had to put on my crown to match it.
Well, you're styling in a witchy way, girl.
Now, Bob, you know, we got a lot of energy tonight, not just from our OPCs all gathered here tonight, but also we got some full moon energy tonight as well.
Yes, we are getting into the full moon. And I'm telling you, I was out last night and the moon was so powerful and bright. Really something. So, you know, tonight what we're going to do is we're going to raise some power. As I said earlier, you know, I've been getting a lot of questions. People say, how do I work on my own? Can I do Wicca by myself? It's always nice to have others gather. But as you know, our order was founded by solitaries. But see, the wonderful thing is in a Wicca, when you're a solitary, you really are never alone because you have the elemental spirits. A witch's power is drawn from their connection to the earth. And if you connect with the energy of the earth through the four quarters and the elemental spirits, you're going to have power. You see? Do y'all remember? You remember that old movie back in the 1990s, The Craft? How many of y'all seen that? Do you remember that movie?
Oh, I love that movie. And Practical Magic, I love that movie. There's so many great witchy movies.
Well, you know, The Craft is funny because I was thinking about that movie. And because in the movie, they, you know, when they get the one girl, the new girl in school, she joins the coven. And they said, hey, we've got our four quarters now. Well, that kind of reminded me of what Tony said last week. He's like, Bob, we got our four quarters now. Tony,
Yep.
You know that movie?
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a long time, but yeah, I remember it. I only originally watched it for Ruza Bulk, but yeah, it was a good movie.
By the way, speaking of Firuza Balk, did you know she's a Wiccan in real life, actually?
Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's cool. So tonight we're gonna do a little ritual here. Do you guys feel like we should go ahead and start? You feel ready for that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, you got your rituals here. Hold on a second. I gotta open up mine. All right, so tonight we're gonna invoke the quarters, and just so you guys understand what we're doing, each of us have a quarter. And what's interesting is we sat down last week after the show, we realized that geographically, at least in the United States, all of our officers are physically in the different quarters. I'm in the east, which is the quarter of air. Lady Carol is in the south, which is the quarter of fire. Lord Tony's in the north, which is the quarter of the earth, and Lady Angela's in the west. You know, America's a big country. So it's really cool that we're geographically literally placed in like a circle. I think this is very fascinating. So I wrote tonight's ritual with all of that in mind. And, you know, as I said, just hang with us. And, you know, you can replay this and study it. You know, and that's one of the things I was going to say before we started is our videos are meant to be teaching videos, you know, as well as entertainment. Because as those of you who are solitary, I know a lot of you have never had the chance to work with others. And now, through the miracle of the internet, we can do this. And so tonight, we're going to do a ritual. So I want everybody now to get themselves centered, get comfortable in your chairs there, because we're going to form the etheric circle. All right, and to form the etheric circle, especially for those of you who are new, all you got to do is just follow with us. Okay, so we're going to start all by just closing our eyes for a moment. And as we close our eyes, let's follow our breathing, just gently in and out. And as we close our eyes, I want you to visualize yourself standing in a beautiful field, a clearing at the edge of a wood. And you'll notice as you look down that you can see your feet bare, standing in emerald green grass. Feel the cool energy of the grass on your feet. And as you look a little higher, you notice that above your feet, you see the hem of a beautiful black robe. This is your Wiccan robe. And down by your side is draped a beautiful braided purple cord that is tied around your waist and hangs flowing by your robes. As you move up, you feel that gentle, soft robe. You can feel the hood. Maybe it's on your head or maybe it's not. It's up to you. But you'll notice that you're standing in the most beautiful emerald green grass. And then you look above your head, you'll see a beautiful deep blue sky, dark blue, it's midnight blue. And then it is the brightest, fullest moon you've ever seen. It's just shining silver light. Take a moment and look at the moon and feel the silver light entering you. And as that silver light enters you, it opens your spirit, your soul, to the power of the goddess. Call to her, say, Great Ancient Mother, come and be with me tonight. Open me to your mysteries. Open me to your power. Open me to our circle this night. And as you're chanting to the great goddess, you hear gentle voices murmuring. And as you look around, you realize now that you're suddenly standing not alone, but in a giant circle, maybe 100 people or more. And all of you are dressed in beautiful black robes with beautiful purple cords. And they too are looking at the sky. And instantly you feel a kinship. You look to your left and you see another beautiful Wiccan. You may know them or you may not, but know that they are your brethren as part of the order. And as you look to your right, you see another person standing to your right, dressed in the beautiful robes of the Wicca. And you notice that there's a beautiful energy of joy in our circle. And as you stand in the silver moonlight with your brothers and sisters of the craft, you notice in front of you glowing a ball of purple light. The purple light starts to move closer to you and blends with your body. And it blends, everybody's purple light blends within their body. And you notice that the light starts to move from your right side to your left side. And you notice that the power is flowing around a circle. A purple ring of light is forming. And the partner to your right, their light passes over to you. You feel the purple light as your light passes through to the person to your left. And you'll notice now that we have a ring of purple light flowing through us. And we stand in this gentle, glowing, soft, warm light with the moon goddess above and the emerald earth beneath. And we know that we are now gathered in our circle. And so we ask now, we call forth for those powers that be to gather. And we ask now, we see Lady Angela stepping into the center of the circle. And Lady Angela, as you step into the circle, I want you now to begin to bring us back to this place of consciousness. And let us begin our ritual now.
Our circle has begun to form, but now we must strengthen it. I call forth our Lord Guardian to invoke the divine power for our protection.
By raising of my sacred sword, I call forth the mystic light of divinity to surround and strengthen our circle. May the gods look upon us with favor and grant us their blessings.
So mote it be.
So
mote it be.
I call forth Our Lady, keeper of the sacred staff. Can you point us to the direction of the east, from whence comes the sacred power?
This, my lord and lady, is the direction from which the power of the solar lord's rays and the moon lady rays comes.
So
So mote it be.
I set a ward that is... Sorry. I set a ward that this cardinal point will forever be guarded by our most high Lord Horus, Lord of the sky and sun.
Let us now invoke the sacred elemental powers of the four quarters. Lord High Priest, will you call forth your elemental charges of air to aid us now?
Yes, my Lady High Priestess. In the east, we find the elemental powers of air. Close your eyes now and see their true form within. The east is the door to the most etheric of presences. Through light, though light and wispy, their power is assured. Look before you to see a door of light. The door is azure blue, outlined in white light. Walk with me through this door now. As you cross the threshold, feel the rush of cool air all around you. Breathe in its refreshing force of life. You may find yourself floating now in a vast sea of blue air. Your feet touch no ground, and all around you is clear blue sky. Call to the powers of the wind and let them answer you. Call the winds of all directions and feel them approach you in mighty gusts. Listen closely and hear the murmurings of the air spirits. Some call gently like a whisper, some shriek like a banshee, yet all are your allies. Ask now for their power to bless and invigorate you. When you have finished your communion, return to our circle. Elements of air, we call you to stand with us in our circle this night. So mote it be.
I invoke the blessings of Lord Horus on all the elemental spirits of air. So mote it be.
Lady Keeper of the Sacred Staff, you are the observer of the southern quarter. Will you lend us your energy now by calling forth the elements of fire of the south?
Yes, my Lady High Priestess. In the southern quarter, we find the elemental spirits of air. Close your eyes again and let us greet those who dwell in the mystic realm. Before you stands a door of blazing flames, shining bright and fearsome. Summon your courage and walk through the door of fire as you are. As you cross the threshold, you have entered the realm of fire. All about you are the flames, shining in multiple reds, oranges, and yellow hues. As you look, you see that some flames are even blue. Let go of your fear and know that in this realm, your spirit body is not subject to burning. Become one with the flames around you. Dance with them. Sing to them. And let their undulations move your soul. Here you discover that the power of life, healing, and the very essence of soul can be found. You are the fire. You and the fire are one. We call forth the elemental powers of fire to empower our circle tonight. When you are ready, slowly return to the circle and open your eyes. As you look around, remember that the fire is still within you, granting you the power of life.
I invoke the blessings of Lord Horus on all the elemental spirits of fire. So mote it be.
Lady High Priestess, you are the observer of the western quarter, the quarter of the elemental spirits of water. Will you lend us your energy now by calling forth the elements of water of the west?
Oh, yes, I shall, my Lord High Priest. In the western quarter, we find the elemental spirits of water. Close your eyes now and let us greet those who dwell in this mystic realm. Before you is a rushing waterfall, like a curtain of sparkling diamonds flowing down from the sky. As you approach this waterfall, you can see hands reaching out to welcome you to pass through this barrier. Walk forward now. Feel the silky, silvery blue water as it flows over your body now. Hear the spirits of water whisper your name and bid you welcome. As you pass through the waterfall, you find yourself in an underwater cave. Here dwell the ancient powers of the deep. See all around their treasures of the sea. Bright pink conch shells, shimmering blue mother abalone shells, giant oyster shells with pearls the size of tennis balls, and carved images of fish in silver and gold. Know that these treasures of power are available to those who are allies with the elemental spirits of water. Let the cool energies of water refresh and renew you in body, mind, and spirit. When you are ready, you may again pass through the waterfall at the door of this cave, and again you will be returned to your place. So mote it be.
I invoke the blessings of the ancient mother, Isis, on the elemental powers of the sea. So mote it be.
My Lord Guardian, you are the observer of the northern quarter of elemental spirits of earth. Will you lend us your power now, calling forth the elemental spirits of the earth?
Yes, my lady keeper of the sacred staff. The quarter of the north is where we find the elemental spirits of the north. Let us go forth now and commune with these most ancient and noble ones. Close your eyes and see before you the opening to a cave. As we enter the cave, we see only darkness, yet no fear is among us. Slowly processing into the cave, into the darkness, we begin to see a faint glow all around us. It is the glow of blue and white quartz crystals that adorn the walls of this cave. We have entered into the sacred realm of the earth spirits. The crystals glow brighter, and now voices call to us to come into the depths of the cave. As we walk through this tunnel, we notice that precious gems of every variety are now seen in the walls, ceiling, and floor of our cave. Diamond, emeralds, sapphires, and rubies glow in their natural colors all around us. Ahead, we hear the voice. We hear more voice and spot the red, brown, and green pointed caps of the gnomes who have come to greet us. In their hands are buckets filled with gold, silver, and platinum, gifts from the elementals of the earth. We accept their gifts with joy and humility. The gnomes remind us that the ancient spirits of the earth can give us all we need for sustenance on this earth. Spend a moment to thank them for their generous gifts and wisdom. And when you have completed your communion with the gnomes, return to this circle.
I invoke the blessings of the ancient mother Isis on the elemental spirits of the earth. So mote it be.
Having communed now with these ancient powers, let us be mindful of their mystical powers and presence. We give thanks to the Lord and the Lady for these who sustain life in our world.
As north is to south and east is to west, I proclaim us all now to be blessed.
So mote it be.
So mote it be. Ah,
That was beautiful.
that was beautiful, wasn't it? I could feel the power. I was in it. I was in it. I hope all of you tonight with us were able to experience that. And, you know, if you had a little trouble following tonight, that's okay. It takes a while to learn how to do this. So later you can go back and rewatch it and really get into it. But I could feel the power moving.
Absolutely.
Just to let you guys know, right now, the staff is actually vibrating.
I heard something. I heard some vibrating sounds on the speakers as people were talking.
It's actually vibrating very, very strongly right now.
How amazing. Ooh, the power is flowing.
I'm getting goosebumps.
Yep.
You can see.
My hair on my neck's going up.
Bob, should we maybe release the energy that we've raised to send blessings to everybody and show them how to release the energy?
You know, very good point. I didn't write that into the ritual, but we might as well. Well, you know, one of the ways that I like to do it is we never want to tell the elemental spirits you have to go. We, I think, in our humility, we give them the opportunity to leave, but we ask them to please stay. We welcome them still. I have a very simple release that I do. And what we do is we're going to start at the northern quarter. And in the northern quarter, we go to something like this. Elemental spirits of the earth, spirits of the northern quarter, we thank you for joining our circle tonight. Leave if you must, but stay if you will. Hail and farewell. And we're going to move to the quarter of the west. Lady Angela, would you like to do a release?
Sure. We thank you, all the elementals of the west and the direction. I'm sorry. I got tongue-tied in the chat. Okay.
All in mirth and reverence.
Yep. We thank you all for gathering with us tonight, all you elements of the west and of the element of water. We do release you. May go if you may, or stay if you must, but hail and farewell.
Hail and farewell. Now we turn to the south. And we will let Lady Carol release the southern quarters.
Guardians of the watchtowers of the south, we thank you for being present at our ritual. We thank you for your blessing. Go if you must, but we ask you to stay. Right now, this staff is just going crazy in my hand. I'm sorry.
That's okay. And so we release.
And so we release you. So motive.
So motivated.
So motivated.
And Tony, I'm going to move to you, and you can release the eastern quarter now. I know you didn't evoke it, but it's okay. We'll do different. I started on your quarter because that's where we start, but I'm over to the east.
Guardians of the East, we thank you. We thank you for your energies and your blessings. We thank all the elementals that came to help us with this ritual. I'm not good at this.
And you're doing wonderfully.
You are doing great. Hail and farewell.
Yeah, what she said. But hail and farewell. Stay if you want. It's up to you.
See, guys, what we're trying to demonstrate here is that, you know, it's nice when you have your ritual all written like we did, but also sometimes impromptu magic is wonderful too. So I didn't write a closing, which was an oversight on my part, but that's okay. You see? And you know, one of the things in Wicca, which, you know, Scott Cunningham said this, he said, if you're doing a ritual and you get tongue-tied, you mess up the words, the gods don't get angry at you. We don't have wrathful deities waiting to strike us. Our gods find amusement in our attempts to commune with them. They find it fun and amusing. So we should have mirth and reverence, you know? We may not all be perfect, but we have fun on the way. And the joy of our heart is what they want to see. And so that's why I did this impromptu. And I think Lady Angela's idea was brilliant.
Absolutely. Well, I got to look out for the group, and we have to release that energy. We can't just let it float about, you know. And you know, we do these things publicly with you all with hopes that it'll help you and to perhaps give you an example or a guide if you need it, especially for those just starting out and they feel like they don't know if they're doing it right or wrong. And there is no right or wrong way, but we hope that us doing it publicly will help you all and lend some energy to you as well.
I would like to say one thing that I've kind of learned over the years. Everything that Hollywood does wants you to think that a spell has to rhyme or, you know, have some kind of constant flow. Not everyone is a poet. And if magic were intended to be written that way, then it wouldn't exist. Magic is from the heart. Magic is from your soul. So you can't just expect to, you know, sit there and write out a bunch of rhymes and make it magical. It has to be from within you.
I agree strongly with that. That's beautiful.
No, I think you're right. You know, I think watching 10 plus years of Charmed got a lot of people believing that we had to have everything in perfect metered rhyme. And, you know, tonight's ritual, we didn't have anything rhyming. And see, it was just as powerful. That's a good point, Carol. I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah, and you know, it's a whole, in our ritual tonight, I really loved it because as each elemental door presented itself there, was described, you saw it, you felt it, you walked through it, and you embraced that energy. You know, I thought it was very powerful. It was very well written, Bob. You did wonderful.
Well, thank you. I enjoy it. I love to write ritual. You know, my life is so hectic and busy. I don't really get to spend as much time as I'd like to and doing that. And now that we're starting to do more regular rituals, this has really given me a chance to get back to doing what I love to do. And so I've enjoyed it. It's been a fun experience.
Yep. Everybody's saying great insight, Carol. They loved what you had said. So great job there. Bob, I think in our Order of the Purple Cord manual, we should actually include each of these rituals that we've done. You know, I think that would really be a great idea.
I absolutely agree. I think we definitely need to have that in. Are you guys watching? Would you like to have a membership manual? Because we're working on it, and it's going to be a free download. It'll be a PDF file. You know, tell us, you know, maybe there's some things you might want in the manual.
That's a good idea.
You know, tell us what you're looking for, because we're trying to create something that's really going to be a valuable tool to the members of the order.
Yep, absolutely.
Stardust just wrote, I love that magic is from the heart.
Yes.
Isn't that wonderful? Carol, you really hit on such a true point with that. And it's touching a lot of people. Maud Matilda is from Roanoke, Virginia. It says thundering and lightning. Oh, I hope we don't get thundered up here and lose our power. Be careful being on the computer during a storm.
That happened last week when we had all the technical difficulties. We had a thunderstorm here and it knocked all my power out, and I was praying that it would come back on before the show.
Yeah, you know, isn't that funny? And it's funny, it's like things always gel. If the magic's supposed to happen, it comes together, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Maud Matilde says that they would love to have a manual for the Order of the Purple Cord. I'm so glad about that. Good.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I want to have that out before the summer's over.
Good deal. Well, other than that, do you guys got any questions? Let's see. Joey S. asked a question about a ring in the sky. He saw, you know, we have a lot more alien activity going on lately, you know, stuff in the sky popping up and everything. Bob did a wonderful video recently about some of that too, didn't you, Bob?
Oh, yes. Yeah, well, you know, I've been saying for a long time, I really think we're getting close to disclosure. And my video that was on Friday was about how to prepare for disclosure. And, you know, it's interesting that Joey brings up about the ring in the sky, because I've been seeing a number of videos recently. They've been showing anomalies in the sky. And I tell you, I really think that a lot of these clouds that look like UFOs are actually UFOs cloaking themselves. Because it's my belief that these aliens can literally recreate reality. They have the ability to transcend dimensional reality and rechange molecular structure. So the bad point of that is, the sad side is that they can so change themselves so quickly that we might miss that it's being a UFO. But I do think that they are slowly giving us signs. So I haven't read about that particular ring you're talking about, but I have seen a number of cloud issues lately that are very similar. And I do believe it's all UFO phenomena.
Absolutely. Let's see. Oh, Gav has seen some strange things through his telescope way out in space. I believe it. There's a lot of stuff out there that they don't show us. There's a lot of it.
What's that, Tony?
Like the rings around Uranus.
That's true too. Well, you know, one of the things that I think that we really want to be doing as, you know, spiritually minded people is in our ritual, you know, be open to communion. Because, you know, my spirit guide Alfred has told me that he used to do ceremonial magic, which is similar to Wicca, but they actually would have spirits appear during the rituals, he told me. And I believe that whenever we're doing magic, I mean, you know, sometimes I think we become so complacent in our ritual that we just do it and we don't expect a result. Mm-hmm. And like, what would happen if one day I go to the Eastern Quarter and call the quarters of the air, the spirits of the air, elementals, and they actually appear? Now that would be shocking, wouldn't it? But we should always assume that they are physically there and really treat the spirits with respect. Because a witch's power comes from those connections. And we should never just take it for granted, you know.
I agree with that.
I think a lot of people want to look at the movie Magic hype and think that that's true witchcraft, and it isn't. You know, we have to learn to be patient. We have to learn to, you know, accept things as they come. And I think a lot of what's going on with society is we've forgotten what that means. You know, we sit down and we say, oh, you know, I'm going to do a ritual or I'm going to do a spell, but we don't really take into, you know, the concept of what it really means. And, you know, it's not like, oh, Charmed or, you know, any of these shows that come on and, you know, oh, I'm going to, you know, zap you with a wand and you're going to turn into a frog kind of. It doesn't happen that way. And a lot of people have that misconception out there.
I think you're absolutely right. You know, I think, like, you know, Carol, you know what I'm talking about? The four, what was it? The four quarter, it's like the pyramid of Wicca.
Yeah.
To know, to dare, to will, and to be silent. And I don't think that's really been taught a lot in a lot of Wiccan circles these days. And those are the ancient foundations of magic, you know? And like Carol said, she's, you know, I think you're totally right. Like, we think it's going to be instant. Like, just like instant magic. And magic is releasing an energy. It takes time to manifest. You know, I know there have been times when I've cast a spell and I've waited 3 weeks to even see a result. You know, whereas a lot of people say, oh, I guess the spell didn't work. But we must be careful because the gods that we invoke have their timing.
Absolutely. Maria Zarate asks a wonderful question, Bob. She says, how do you work with angelic energy?
Well, first of all, I'd say very respectfully. Mm-hmm. Because the angels
are Tony's subject there, since he does work with a lot of angels.
Say that, Carol. I couldn't hear you. Sorry, Dark.
I think that's Lord Tony's subject.
Yes. Well, I was going to say, I first of all, I was going to say very respectfully, and I was actually going to say, and I know Lord Tony does a lot with that. Yeah. Tony,
yeah, for me,
a little bit about angels.
For me, it's usually I feel them, and I know their presence by how their energy feels to me. When I do the energy healing, I know it's actually working through me and not just my energy doing it, because I sense how they're actually manipulating where my energy is going and flowing, and how they actually will boost it if it's needing more. Other than that, I can't tell you. I can call on them and I can feel them when they're around me, and I know they're doing stuff. It's just for me, it's just all feeling. I know it's there.
Lord Tony, let me ask you, do you find it helpful? Have you used any of the ancient, like, grimoires? Like, there's the one of, I forget the name, like the grimoire of Aramadel that gives the hours of the angels. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I've never used it. I've just known that they're there. But if I need that particular angel, I call on them. Just things like that. It's just, for me, it's just that's how it's worked.
Yeah. You know, I was reading in a book recently about how there's a whole branch of Wicca now. It's actually the angelic Wicca, where instead of drawing upon different deities like we do, they actually draw upon only angelic energies. And that's perfectly fine and completely effective. You know, whatever you're connected with, perhaps you're more connected with Archangel Michael and Raphael and Uriel and Gabriel as your 4 pillars. You can invoke them, and your magic will be just as effective. It's whatever speaks to you, because magic, like Carol said, has to come from the heart. And if your way of doing ritual is different than something you read in a book, well, fine and great. It's probably that much more powerful for you to do what you feel. That's what's going to make the magic, make the change for you and in your life.
I have to agree with you. You know, I think that one of the struggles that I've encountered over the years in the craft is that even the craft, and I hate to say it, but I got to say it, there are members within Wicca who are fundamentalist Wiccans. And they'll read a book by Gerald Gardner, and I'm not knocking on Gardner, but in the early days of Wicca, this is more prevalent, where it's like Gerald Gardner's ritual is the only one that's valid. It has to be exactly this ritual. Cannot be any variation, even in one word. And I've encountered that. I one time did a ritual, and a Wiccan approached me. It was at a group that I belonged to. And this ritual, she was like, you can't invoke the quarter in this way at this, and I said, well, why not? Well, Gerald Gardner said, and I said, that's one person. Yes, he was a great leader, but even Gerald would want us to grow and to expand our minds. So I think, like, we have to be careful, that we don't get in that fundamentalist mindset. And it's funny because an open faith like Wicca, you wouldn't think that would happen, but it does.
Timothy has a fun name for them. He calls them fundies. The fundamentalists. Fundies are everywhere, he says.
It's not only Christians, it's all faiths have their fundies. Even right.
Very true. Very true.
Very true. I'm trying to see the chat. It looks like we got a lot of activity going on here tonight.
Yeah, we do. Some are talking about, whenever you use body fluids in magic, whether it's blood, saliva, tears, different things. That's some very, very potent magic. And you got to be really careful with that kind of magic, because it does create a direct link, like a cord from you to whatever it is. You better hope that it's positive magic you're doing and not a curse or hurting somebody, because you're going to forever be linked to that magic and to that karmic strain. So please use caution when doing that. It's better to do a blessing rather than magic to control somebody, especially if you're using body fluids involved.
Absolutely. I agree with you, because our life force is contained in our blood, and many religions of the world even teach that. Yep. And so, I live in the southern area. Well, Carol, you actually live more in the south than I do.
Yeah.
But there's some practices in the southern part of the United States, as Carol can probably testify. They do a little mojo with the body fluids, don't they?
Yeah, that's mostly voodoo magic that will pull, the body fluids and Yeah, it is true about the chicken feet and the, the skulls of the dead. I mean, it does happen. But you have to remember, when you bond yourself to that type of magic, that is not just on this earth. That carries over into the spirit realm as well.
Agreed.
You have to be very cautious about doing a spell to harm someone, because that harm will come back to you.
Threefold, yep. Bob, you just got a donation too.
Hi, Madam Della, Master Psychic. Well, she just donated $20 to the show, and blessings to the four quarters. Bless you, darling. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. And I pray that the four quarters sends you a blessing for your generosity to them as well.
Blessings to you.
Yeah.
Bob, we've been talking about some fun ideas for how to use the different contributions to the show, huh?
Absolutely. Well, we're thinking about maybe taking that money. I'm still trying to figure out, and Madam Della, you might know more about this. It's being stored in an account, and I can't access it. So I don't know how to withdraw it. And I don't know if YouTube just sends it to me at a certain point. I don't know how to, we have the money, but as soon as I can get it out, which I'm working on, we're hoping to put that into the show. We want to maybe, use some of that to develop, things like maybe we'll buy something for people, and then we'll give it away as a gift. We'll have a drawing or something.
Yeah, like a purple cord shirt or stuff like that. Bob would get something and it'd be like a giveaway or maybe a contest, or we're not sure. We're just tossing some ideas around. So we're having some fun ideas for how to utilize that money in a fun way to give back, and also to help Bob to keep this wonderful show going. I know we sure love being a part of it and being guests on Bob's show.
Well, it's a team effort. I couldn't do this by myself. And, the contributions that you all give, I want you to know, I'm not just pocketing that and going shopping at, Gucci or something. That money is set aside and it is used for spiritual work. So I'm not living off of that, and I'm not, going shopping on it. So we want to share it with you. And, speaking of spiritual things in the order, one of the things that we are working on also is we're working on designing a T-shirt so that we all have a T-shirt. Lady Angela and I have been talking about this. And I'm also working on starting a standard robe that I'm working on getting a seamstress person. I know a few of them I've been talking to who may start to design a standard robe, so that if you join the order and you want to wear our robe during a ritual, you'll have a standard style robe that will match everybody. So it'll be made by, one person.
And again, that's if they want to. It won't be something that you have to.
Absolutely. We don't make this rule. You have to wear a robe. You have to do this. But a lot of people have approached me and said, well, say, Bob, we'd like to, we'd like being part of a group. Do you guys have a robe? A lot of covens have that tradition. I actually always like that tradition. So I'm working on setting up so that we have a resource that you can go to, and hopefully I can work a very good deal so it will not be as expensive, if we buy in bulk from them. So I'll let you know as we get further on that. But if you guys have a seamstress, somebody who has experience in doing robes, let me know, because I'm looking at a few different people right now.
Tony had his pretty kitty up there. Hey, Bob, Kayla says, she writes, I think if you check your channel setting or statistics, you may be able to see ad revenue and donations there. So there's an idea for you.
Oh, well, that's the thing. I did find it, and I found that the money for the show is moved out of my regular revenue that I get from advertising. So it's in its own little account. But there doesn't seem to be any direction, at least that I found from that area, that shows how the money is released. If it meets a threshold, if it's $100 or more, then you get a check. I'm not sure yet how that's working. So thank you, though. I'm going to go back and look at that.
Yep. And we got more exciting stuff in the works with our channel too. We got some exciting stuff. We can't let the cat out of the bag all the way, but we got some really exciting stuff where you all will be able to take a more interactive part in the show too. So that's something cooking up.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to have something soon. And We can't tell you yet, but if you stay following us, you'll get plenty of notice about all that.
Yeah, that's our little teaser about it. Tony, he's got to smirk because he knows all about it.
Gav Hines just wrote, he says, how about OPC hoodies? I'd probably wear one.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It's a cool idea. I like that too.
Just say OPC or Order of the Purple Cord. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Debbie Webby's watching. She's traveling in New York City and took time out of her trip to watch us and be here today.
Aw.
Thank you so much, Debbie Webby. Timothy Gallagher says the OPC needs an accountant. But we probably will one of these days if we keep growing and building.
Oh, Katie McKenzie just gave you $4.99. Love you guys, Witching Our Family. Yes, it is a family in its own self, too. I agree. Our Sunday night crew.
Great. We've got such a wonderful group of people. I'm so honored that people take their time out. I just want to say thank you. Thank you again for all of you. You guys have been just so generous with your time and your support. And, we love what we do. This is not a job for any of us. This is our passion, our spiritual calling. And we're glad to be able to share it with you and have you share your time with us.
Where'd the time go? Speaking of it, Bob.
What? Oh, my God. Carol?
Yeah.
It's that magic staff of yours. It's open to time warp.
I know. I'm sorry. I warned you guys. I told you she was vibrating like crazy. So.
And Tony, I know he was over there casting pentagrams earlier. Both y'all are.
Yeah, we were.
Do that again, Tony. Nobody can see you.
Oh, like this? Listen loudly.
There you go. Ooh. Watch out, Tony. Bending time and space.
Yeah.
I tell you guys, I don't know where the time goes, I tell you, here we are. It's a holiday weekend, and I hope you guys, wherever you are, you're having a wonderful and safe holiday weekend. And I'm so glad you took the time to be part of our show. I hope you've enjoyed it and learned a few things tonight. I know we had a great time, and I hope you did too. And I want each of you guys, say good night and share your information about how people can contact you as well.
Maria Zarate also donated $2 just now. So thank you, Maria.
Thank you, Maria. Blessings to you, darling. So
and
kind.
If you haven't gotten a psychic reading with Psychic Bob, I'm telling you, you're missing out. You really need to treat yourself to a reading with Bob. It's 1 whole hour, and he goes over everything with you. And he goes over your past life, your current life. He goes over your spirit people, your aura, any problems that appear. He tells you those. He goes over everything, and it's really a special treat one-on-one, just you and him. So go ahead and get a reading from Psychic Bob. How can they contact you, Bob?
Oh, thank you for that wonderful review, Lady Angela. Yes, well, I always forget because, I have such fun. I forget I tell you how to reach me. If you're interested in sitting down with me for a private reading, a few ways you can reach me. One, you can call my office, and I'll have the links to this all below at 571-483-2112. Call my office. If I'm not there, please leave a message because that message will be forwarded to me. So don't hang up, all right? Leave a message. We will get to you. As many of you know, I am full-time professional psychic medium. Or for those of you who may not know, I'll tell you. And I do readings every day, practically 7 days a week. I love what I do, but you and I can sit down. You can also write to me at readings@robert-hickman.com. Again, the email will be below, and get on my schedule. All right. We'd love to sit down with you. Our volume is a little heavy right now, so it may take just a few days. Bear with us. We will get to you.
Absolutely. And Tony, how can they? Well, we got Tony's link down below, don't we?
Yes, Tony already built into the link. But Tony, why don't you tell us about your work? And
I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Tell us about your work, your angelic healing work, how people can have a session with you.
Well, basically, all you got to do is just visit the link down in the comment section there or in the description, or you can Google me. at Lightbringer's Angel. I'll come right up to that one. And yeah, if you want a session with me, just fill out the comment, send me an email that's on the page there. You can read my story, see what's going on with me. It's all donations, and I don't know. I could probably.
Tony does one. Oh, sorry, I didn't cut you off, Tony. I was going to say Tony does wonderful work, and don't waste his time. He works for you, pay him well. A psychic Bob would be all over you because I know who cheats people. So don't do that. I don't think anybody in our order would do that, but you know how it is.
Absolutely. And check out my website if you're interested in shopping for some cool witchy stuff or having a special book of shadows made just for you. You could visit my shop at rarewiccaspells.com. And for being a subscriber to Spirit Channel, you are entitled to a 10% off discount off of whatever order. It's a lifetime discount for you. Just use coupon code Spirit Channel when you check out to get that discount. I hope to see you there.
And you know, I got to tell you, Lady Angela, your books are getting so amazing. You keep coming up with new ones.
Yep.
I have, how many now? 3 books of shadows from Lady Angela. I have a travel one and 2 large ones. And I love them. They're treasures. And if you pop over to her website, I tell you, you will be amazed. Not only does she sell books of shadows, she sells spell pages. I know some of you might say, well, Bob, I can't afford a book now. That's all right. You could buy a little spell from her or a piece of jewelry, you know, as you save up for your book. She has a wonderful resource. All of us here are resources for you. And we want to be present for you. We want to help you. Let us help you. And everybody also here also has YouTube channels as well. Lord Tony, tell us your YouTube channel.
It is Anthony Lightbringer.
There you go. Lady Angela also has a wonderful YouTube channel.
It's Angela McAllister, Rare Wicca Spells.
And Lady Carol, do you have a YouTube channel running right now?
No, not as of yet. I'm still going through some processes, you know, personal life. But I am planning on getting one up in a couple of months.
All right. So we'll check back with Lady Carol because I know she's going to have something amazing soon.
Now, Bob, what about everybody who wants to join the Purple Cord? How can they get more information and join?
Absolutely. If you want to join the Purple Cord, the Order of the Purple Cord, first of all, let me tell you, it's free to join, but you need to send us an email. Send an email to me at my website, readings@robert-hickman.com, or you can visit Lady Angela's website, which is rarewiccaspells.com. Or you can also visit our Facebook page, which is the Order of the Purple Cord at Facebook.
Just that.
Yeah. And if you look us up, well, again, all the links for this will be in the box below. Send us an email. State your wish to join the order. Also state that you will abide by the Wiccan Rede. Our one rule is we don't practice black magic and evil and curses. So to be part of the order, you have to make a pledge to not do that. And then you want to make a beautiful purple cord like I'm wearing here. This is my purple cord. And we'll probably have to have a whole show just about making cords. But make a purple cord for yourself as a part of your membership. And once you contact us, we'll get you into our Facebook page, and we'll also get you your membership certificate. Everybody joins the order gets a certificate of membership. All of this is free, no cost to you, free membership. And to join, you do not have to renounce any of your other religious orders. Some people say, well, I belong to this group and I meet with them once a month. Can I still be part of you? Yes. We don't put restrictions on you. It's free. And if you decide Purple Cord is not for you, you can resign at any time. No questions asked. So we welcome you to be part of it. And every Sunday we gather here. And so I hope you'll explore us. Well, I'm telling you, I don't know where the time flies. Tony and Carol have been doing that time mojo tonight.
Well, actually, it's more of the staff than me, but I guess I've kind of enhanced it a little bit.
I think so. Well, guys, listen, we're going to wrap it up. We thank you for being with us tonight. We've had such a good time. And I hope wherever you are, again, you're having a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Let's all remember those who have given their lives and served for our great nation. We owe them all a debt of gratitude. So wherever you are, I hope you'll take some time and say thank you to a veteran. All right, well, we're going to wrap it up. Be back here tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Is tomorrow Monday? Oh my gosh, it is Monday.
Horoscopes.
Horoscopes. That's right. Be here. Say Bob's going to do your horoscopes. We're going to cover all the major transits of the week and have individual horoscopes for all 12 zodiac signs. You don't want to miss it. Be here. In the meantime, go see everybody's channel. Subscribe to Lady Angela. Subscribe to Lord Tony. Subscribe to me and be part of our scene. We'd love you to be here. Be back here next Sunday for another edition of the Witching Hour. Same time, same place. And until then, may you all always
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
blessed be. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Night, John Boy.